Hi, in this video we are going to learn about the interval notation. And interval notation helps us express values of x and y possible for a function. Here we have an example where it asks us for the possible x values. And here is our function f of x. Now, f of x is just another way of saying y. So we're looking for the x value where our y is greater than 0. Now, this is the point where our y is 0 and we're looking for the range of our x values above this point. So we can see all of our graph is above the point y equals to 0. So the domain of this graph is going to be the values we are looking for f of x greater than 0. So we can see that our graph is going to infinity on left hand side. So we're going to say it's going to negative infinity. And on right hand side, it's going to positive infinity. It's going on forever. There is no stopping point. So our answer to this example is going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. Let's move on to the second example. So here, we need to find the x values when our y is greater than 4. So here, since y is the vertical axis, we're looking for the point where y is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point where y is equal to 4. So we're going to make dotted line on this. So we're looking for the x values above this point. So let's start with the left hand side. So we can see our x is coming from negative infinity. It's coming from negative infinity. We'll stop here. And at this point, our x is 3 and our y is 4. And then it dips down, which we don't want to include, since we're looking for every value of x where y is greater than 4. Then on this point, so this point is 5, 4, and then it goes to positive infinity. So how can we state that in interval notation? So we start with the round brackets. We write negative infinity, comma. So where our y is greater than 4. So it's right here. So we're going to say 3. And 3 is not the part of our domain because it doesn't say y is greater than or equal to 0. It says y is greater than. It doesn't add equal to, so we're not going to include 3. I'm going to close it with round brackets. Union. And then the other set of our domain is, so we're just going to exclude this part. And then we're going to start with 5. Same thing, 5 is not included. So we're going to start with the round bracket, comma. It goes on forever to positive infinity. So that's our domain for f of x greater than 4. Now let's move on to our third example. Here, it asks us for the domain where f of x is less than 5. So y is less than 5. So let's look at the point where y is equal to 5. So this is the point where our y is equal to 5. And we need the domain for everything under this point, since we're looking for the less. So what are the x values of this part of the graph? Let's look into it. So this point is 2, 5, and this point here is 6, 5. So we start with our x term and then followed by y. So x is 2, y is 5. Here x is 6 and y is 5. So now let's write it down in the interval notation form. Again, start with the round bracket since it doesn't say equal. It just said it has to be less than 5. So it cannot be 2. So our x cannot be 2. So we're going to say 2, goes down, goes up. Everything is under 5. Everything is under y equals to 5, right? And then we stop at 6. And round bracket, since it doesn't say equal sign, so it cannot be 6 either. It can be everything in between 2 and 6. And that's our domain for this f of x less than 5. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching.